I had a very judgmental heart. My view of Christians and Christianity in general was, I just didn't understand it. So I was very leery of it and very judgmental. During my struggle with drug addiction for 9 years, some of my poor decision making put me in federal court facing 20 years. Judge sentenced me to 18 years in prison, and for the first 10 and a half years in prison, I had a life just filled with resentment. I did a lot of the blaming other people for my actions and my responsibilities. But after 10 and a half years, I was not in the direction of changing whatsoever. And a lady who was on staff there at the institution invited me to attend church service. I don't know why, but I accepted the invitation and I went to church that Sunday. And something inside of me changed that day. It wasn't like a instant thing. It wasn't something that was overnight for me, but there was a seed that was definitely planted that Sunday. And I didn't understand Christianity. I didn't understand Christians. During that time, I was just wanting to feel that peace that some of the people that attended church had. And so I kept coming back. And a couple months later, that same lady invited me to sign up for a Celebrate Recovery step study that they're bringing into the institution. It's kind of like a pilot program deal. They had never done anything like that before. And once again, I was kind of nudged by the Holy Spirit. When I think back on it, that's the only reason I went. So I signed up for the Celebrate Recovery Step Study. That was 2014. So the same lady that invited me to church the first time and then asked me to participate in the Celebrate Recovery Step Study will later become my wife. As crazy as it may sound, but God really does work in mysterious ways. And for the next 2.5 years, I ended up serving 13 years in prison. And towards the end, the last 6 months, I started to pray to God. I know it'd be getting out soon. And I started praying. I said, God, I failed as a father twice already. I've abandoned any relationship that I've had throughout my whole life, and I just want a second chance. I just want to start over. Once I got out, we made contact, and it's been over 4 years now, and we're married. We have a son, and one of the happiest moments. And my wife, I don't want her to know that our wedding night, was definitely very happy. But the day she told me that she was pregnant, and God had already answered my prayers when he clearly put this woman in my life 2.5 years in the making, and I was completely unaware what direction that relationship was going. When she told me she was pregnant, it was one of the happiest moments in my life because, I asked God so many times to give me that second chance, and that was just the confirmation that God had answered my prayers completely. And that's one of the moments where I can really look back and just be grateful. I'll never forget that day.